Hi you guys. So beginning of October, it's time to start doing serious cleanup, and I want to talk about above ground beds right now. First of all, what to do in the beginning of October in my area, which is 8A. I think I'm on the border of 8B too. I gotta confirm that. So I need to clean up my above ground beds. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I use a hugel culture method on putting beds together, and what that means is that below this box, underneath in the bottom down here, are various debris materials from the yard. There's leaves in there, there's logs in there, old stumps, limbs, and whatever else I could find to make bulk, ash. And then we put the dirt on top. But what you'll find is through the years, we've got some settling here. So that's about from here to here, I don't know, 8 inches or so. And it's happening on all the beds, right? Since they're built approximately the same. These 3 beds are the oldest. Then that came, and then that came. So 3, and then a year later, those 2. But you can see here, we've got new growth and new tomatoes coming up, but it's also about 8 inches. So what my point is that after I clean out most of the debris from this, and frankly, if it doesn't have seeds and I don't want it, like this, I'm not going to pull it and toss it. I'm just going to pull it and leave it because it's good for the soil. This happens to be radish. Yeah, it's just coming up everywhere. I grew radishes in here, and those things are prolific. You will never have to buy radish seeds again if you buy one plant. These are all Daikon, which is self-seeded. And I'll harvest these. Oh, that's a crappy one, but you can see like that's a small one. Daikon radish. Kale. I may try to work around that. This was my first year planting kale, but it has just been prolific. I only have like 7 bushes in there, and it has given me pounds of greens. I like Swiss chard, I like mustard, I like beetroot top. Kale has taken me a while to get used to, but what I found is it's full of nutrients and minerals, and if I just put it in something else I'm eating, I don't even know it's there. So it's like the sneaky veg. But anyway, we're not talking about that, although I'm going to try to work around that a little bit. Plant deep. But even over there in that big tomato bed. So I'm going to harvest all the tomatoes I can. And still have, like these, but they're really going soft, you guys. Remember we had those fires up here? Some of them are good. A lot of them aren't. And I have so many pounds of tomatoes. But anyway, the same process. I'm going to have to fill that. So the issue for me now is to clean these out, but before I even do that, I've got to clear off the mound of dirt. I stored some dirt on the backyard, if you guys remember, but because it was just sitting there, I decided to plant in it and as an alternative type planter, and it has done great. Right, Sarah? Sarah's got a new collar. She's very proud of herself. So it has done beautifully, and I have food to harvest off that, so that's where my source dirt is coming from. Therefore, I need to get rid of all the dirt, or all the plant life on that. Now the problem is my neighbor grows pumpkins, and they got powdery mildew, and if they have it, that means I now have it. I was doing a good job not getting it, but now I've got it, so I will not pull and drop these leaves in because they're diseased now. So I'm going to pull all the squash, harvest the veg, or fruit, it's actually fruit, and then take the leaves to the burn pile. But then I've got like these peppers are still coming on. I've got onions still in there. There's a random tomato that sprouted but hasn't given me any fruit yet. It's too shady here. So anyway, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to get busy, clear this out, and even though these guys still have flowers on them, it's going to start freezing here, so I'm just going to bite the bullet, harvest everything, and yank these plants out. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Just wanted to give you a quick reminder on if you're picking squash earlier, then they want to be picked if they're not fully cured yet. This is a Hubbard squash. It's also called like a sweet meat squash. They're beautiful. Very good eating. It's kind of a blue-gray color, almost like a light turquoise. It'll get up to 50 plus pounds. But so the stem is turning brown, so it's starting to cure, but it's not quite there yet. So what I'm going to do is leave more stem. I'm going to cut, to leave a little extra on the edge, which will allow this to dry and cure better. And yeah, so now you can put it somewhere warm, but not in the direct sun, and leave it alone and it will cure up nicely. So don't pick it up by the stem, because more often than not that will just fall right out. But beautiful squash, winter squash, it'll store for months, and good eating. So this one probably weighs 10 pounds. Oh, beautiful. Alright, let's get back to work. And through the magic of YouTube, pile is empty, cart is full. I've got a lot of Hubbard squash. I've got some delicata in here, some zucchini, and shockingly some of them are still soft-skinned. A lot of them though have the harder skin, you know, when it gets dark green, gets like these, I don't know, I think of them like stretch marks, but they're scratches of some kind. The skin makes them almost inedible, so if you use them, peel them. I'm going to see if there's good seeds in there. And this is actually a small Hubbard. Isn't that cute? I'm getting a lot of these. I have no idea what the hell they are. I think they're a delicata, maybe zucchini cross. Delicatas always have this stripe in them, but they usually turn orange. This looks like it might be on the way, but the shape is way too long, so I think it's gotten some of this stripy zucchini in it. Anyway, if you think you know what this is, please give me a shout out. There's another one. Anyway, so I've got about 100-something pounds of squash right here. I don't know, a pound of hot peppers, couple 3 pounds of onions, the boiler size, you know, the small size, but I planted these way too late. So what I'm going to do is clean them up and just keep them for making stews and stocks. Stuff I'm going to strain, so I'll just cut them in half and toss them right in. And again, these are seed saving, so not bad for a pile of dirt that was doing nothing. I now have quite a bit of food from that. So I'm trucking